Hey everybody, Noramaki here, coming to you with update number 2 for my island, Isla Saluna, in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So much has happened in just a short week that I literally had to make a list. Like, a whole list, which I then had an excuse to put stickers on it. I'm not really ashamed, but there's just, I gotta tell you about all of this, so. I hope everybody else is having fun in their islands as much as I am. I've wasted so much time. I've been out here planting trees like it's nobody's business, paving roads. I don't know, man, I have missed legitimate meals because I have just been so into this. But I'm always like that with Animal Crossing. Like, if I had my original town from the original game, you would see just how insane I can really get. So I'm not all that surprised with myself. But you didn't come for that, you came for the update. So here we go. So first and foremost, I am now up to 10 villagers. Which means that I have added 4 on since the last time I updated you guys. The first one that I added on, actually the same day that I recorded the first update video, is a little sheep named Kurlos. For those of you who do not know, Kurlos is a smug villager. The first villager you get out of the campsite is always going to be smug, and I was unfortunate enough to get Kurlos. He came into that tent, and I talked to him, and he was like, I can tell everybody wants me here, so just go ahead and ask me. Bruh. And then when I asked him, he was like, okay, go talk to somebody who's in charge of the VIP people because I'm a VIP person. I'm like, who do you think you are? You don't have a choice but to tell him he can move in. Like, it gives you 2 choices and they're both like, oh my god, please move. I didn't want him there. I still don't want him there. I won't say that. He's actually pretty sweet. People have been picking on him on my island, actually. Like, I've seen him walking around upset more than once in the past week, and it's always, people are telling me I'll never be a good actor, or people are telling me that I smell weird. And I mean, if you're not bathing and you're a sheep, you're gonna smell absolutely disgusting, so I'm not all that surprised that somebody would tell him that. The jury's still out on whether or not I like him and whether or not I'll keep him. He's actually already asked if he should move once, and I felt bad, so I said no. Don't know if I regret it yet. The second person that moved in was Derwin. Derwin is a cute, nerdy duck. His catchphrase is literally "Durr," like he's the cutest thing with his big old thick glasses and his little freckles, and he just brightens my day. He brings me things. He likes to hunt for bugs a whole lot, so he's outside more than most of my villagers, although a lot of my villagers will just be staying outside. They don't really do much else. Love him. After that, a couple days later, Cobb the pig. I found him on a mystery island. Part of me wanted to just, the minute I saw him, just wanted to like about face, get back on the plane and pretend I didn't see him. But then I saw the little bandage on the back of his head and I felt so bad for like if I had just turned around and walked off, because clearly he's been mugged. He's been clubbed in the back of his piggy dome. Why would I be the next person to just deny him some happiness? So I let him move in. He's another jock pig. I now have 2 jock pigs. I've never seen him and Kevin interact, but dear God, I can only imagine what 2 workout pigs could get up to in a conversation. He doesn't actually work out as much as Kevin does though. Kevin's still taking his sprints every day. Cobb, I've actually seen eat a whole lot of donuts, so I don't know how committed he is to this whole gym thing, but he sure be talking about it a whole lot. And the last one I got yesterday is Vic. Vic is a bull villager. He's cranky, he's got a very deep voice, and he's dressed like a Viking. I'm not kidding. He is dressed like a whole Norwegian Viking, complete with the little hat with the horns on it, or I guess it's just his horns coming through the holes in the hat, and like a little Viking shirt. And his house is decorated like a Viking ship. This is the most random themed villager I've ever seen. Why? And why a bull of all things? But Vic, the Viking bull, he moved in yesterday and I didn't have a say in it. I had like made the last available house and I had put it up, and my intent was to go to a mystery island and find somebody and I would get to choose whether or not they came, except nobody showed up on the mystery islands and I got bored and I went to bed and I woke up yesterday and he was moved in. He just creeps me out. He's really nice, even though he's cranky, but he creeps me out. He's a bull, he's got a deep voice, and he's a Viking. I don't get it, I don't understand it, and I don't like things I don't understand. So those are my villagers. I am at 10 villagers now. I am at max capacity. If Vic or even Kurlos decides they want to up and skedaddle, I'm not gonna fight them at this point because I still would like Bill in my town. And I think it'd be pretty cool if I had Audie. I think she's adorable and I'd be happy. Plus the male to female ratio on my island is skewed towards the males and I don't really care for that because I like symmetry, I guess. And I think I have 3 women and the rest are men. What the heck, man? Villagers. Okay, so for the museum, I have done a whole lot of work. I told you guys last week that I would do a whole lot of work with regards to donating to my museum, and I have followed through on that, okay? Like, in spades. I have caught so many bugs. In games past, I'm not always the one who goes after bugs, mostly because I don't care. I've been doing it this time because the insect museum, or the exhibit for the insects, is just gorgeous and I would love to see it when it's absolutely full. The butterfly room especially, it's looking amazing because of all the butterflies I've caught. And I love how even though I've only caught 1 or only donated 1, there's like a ton of them in there. It's such a beautiful place and I go in there just to sit and take pictures all the time. I'm unashamed. Same thing goes for the fish section. I've caught a whole lot of fish. Told you I caught the coelacanth. He now sits proudly in there with the oarfish. I've caught that snapping turtle. It really is huge. Like, it's about like that big if it was like a real life snapping turtle. Dude, I put one in my house just to see how it would behave. It does not pop up as a piece of furniture in a tank. There's just a live turtle on your floor if you let him out in your house. I've never been so disgusted in my entire life. Why? Why can't he have a tank? We have big tanks, you can do that. Why is he just on my floor? I was like, all right, this is kind of cute, kind of different. I'm here for it. And I took a step towards him and he hissed at me. And I was like, all right, well, we're not doing this anymore. To the museum you go. I'm over it. But they are worth a lot of money. So I'm going to be farming snapping turtles soon. If these eggs don't ruin it. I'm going to get to that in a minute. The point is, I have been adding a whole lot to the museum. And that includes the fossil section. I actually have like full fossils in there already. I've been digging up a storm. And again, I was doing really well until these eggs... Save it for the end. I'll save the rant for the end. Okay, so next up, I really want to thank everybody who submitted ideas to name my park. My park is still doing really well. I'm actually adding on a little section to it to look kind of like a little outdoorsy cafe section. Like, I don't know if any of you have ever been to Central Park in New York City, but there's like little places where you can sit in like wrought iron chairs and tables and drink coffee in the middle of the park. And I just wanted to do something that was inspired by that. And so I have the chairs sitting out there, but I need to find iron ore to build 2 more tables. And let me tell you, it's becoming so much harder than it already was to find iron ore because of these eggs. The official name of my park is Rosewood Park. Thank you to the person who submitted it to me. I hope you're enjoying your little package if you've already gotten it. If not, it should be there soon. I loved it. And I loved it so much that I went ahead and made a little sign for the park. And so it sits right there proudly at the entrance on the right. And I think it's amazing, considering the fact that I had to sit there for hours and Google how to make a rose pixelated so it came out right on the piece of paper. I have learned so much today. Rosewood Park is looking amazing. I even added a little radio so it plays some music. I updated my picnic basket to like a picnic spread made out of the cherry blossoms. I love it. I love my park and I can't wait to show you guys like the finished project. Okay, so I planted a ton of cedar trees. I told you I was gonna do that because I want my island to be like a little enchanted forest, right? There are so many trees all over the place and I love it so much. Like, they're everywhere, and especially on the second tier, which now has villagers living on it and a ramp going up to it. I finished that too. I have like strategically planted the trees to just like surround every house, so it looks like houses were just cut into the forest. And you combine that with the amount of garden lanterns I have bought and put about the place at night, which is why I'm showing you guys this at nighttime. The entire island just kind of like subtly glows as you walk along the path. Truly is just the cutest thing ever to me. I'm really proud of myself for what I've done. I don't regret the unholy amount of bells I've spent on cedar sapling, but I mean, it looks pretty dang good if you ask me. I'm pretty satisfied with the final product. And I'm still adding those garden lanterns. You can only order 5 things per day, I need a whole lot of lanterns, so it's like a slow day-by-day process, but some of my friends have been helping me out by sending me more garden lanterns, and for that I'm forever grateful. We'll see how many lanterns I go through. Like, I will count how many I have on the island when I'm finally satisfied. And going off of that, the pathways. I reached 3-star status for my island evaluation and unlocked the Island Designer app, and the first thing I did was purchase the stone pathway upgrade to my app, and I went to town. In town. Well, not the entire island, but everything that is like settled, wherever there's a store, wherever there are people, museum, whatever, all of that is officially paved. And then I planted trees around that. It took me like for freaking ever, but it was worth it. And I love the stone pathway. It looks so nice, and I'm very pleased with myself. I finished my Zen garden hideaway up on the 3rd tier. I didn't really quite know what I was going to end up doing with the space because it's a very narrow space, but I ended up planting some cedar trees around the opening and then offsetting it with just a few bamboo and putting like tiny sections of sand, right? And then like a walkway through the middle of it, very narrow. And on one side is like a little go table, I think that's what you call it. And the other side is like a traditional tea set. And so it's lined and you walk through the path, very narrow path through all the sand, and you go out the other end and then like around the top of the river, and there's just like an outdoor bath sitting there with some incense burning. It is such a glorious and peaceful place. I am so proud of myself. It looks so good, and every so often I kick off my shoes, I make the nice, slow, peaceful walk through my little hideaway, and then I pretend I can get into the bath because for some reason we still can't sit in our own outdoor bath. The heck, Nintendo, catch up. I made an orchard. Like I said, I have all of the fruits, and so I wanted to like plant a whole bunch of trees in a very organized space, and a lot of people are doing this. And currently my orchard has oranges, apples, and cherries, and I'll be adding the pears soon, and the coconuts can only live on the beach, so they're gonna have to stay there. But the orchard is also like cut up with peach trees, not for any particular reason other than it just looks kind of nice. And then I lined the pathways between the trees with like dirt pathways, so it looks like you're actually walking through an orchard. I love it. It's so nice, really. And Peanut's house is like perfectly situated across the river, where anytime she leaves her home, she gets like a nice, beautiful view of a whole bunch of fruit trees. Living the dream. Look at that, squirrels living better than I am. Oh my God. I also built a tulip garden right next door to my house. Well, I should say it's kind of like my little side yard. It's like the fences are attached to my house. It's full of hybrid colored tulips, black, orange, and pink, and a couple of red ones in there for some variety. I did it for a couple of reasons. I could have picked any flower, but I picked tulips, A, because they're relatively easy to come by, at least for me, and 2, because I visited, at least in Texas, I don't know about other places, but Texas has 2 different tulip fields that you can visit in the spring and pick tulips and obviously take pictures. And I actually got to go for the first time in my life this year, last month, and I took a picture in it, and I wanted to recreate the picture. So you tell me if the pictures line up that well. I did the best I could on designing the jacket. Let me know down in the comments if you think I nailed this or not. Speak your truth. No hatred if you say I didn't. Love you if you say I did. But either way, speak your truth. It also attracts a whole lot of butterflies. Rare butterflies. Like, you know, you can find the common and the white butterflies flying all over the place, but no, it's like Raja Brooks butterflies and peacock butterflies, all the expensive ones. They keep flapping around in my tulip garden. I highly recommend making one somewhere because I am just raking in the bells right outside my house. That is my tip to you for today. Plant some tulips. Talked about it a little bit, but on the 2nd tier are 3 houses. Derwin, Curlos, and Vic all live up there. And like I said, I just designed it so that the trees were just kind of like making little openings just the right size for the house, and the pathways wind through the trees, and the pathways are lined with lanterns, and there's a tiny little picnic area, and I also put up a 2nd workbench. I got tired of having to run all the way back to my house when I could just make one right there. That just saved me a bunch of time. It's just for convenience. Able Sisters is up there. I finally got the Able Sisters to come, and I have spent way too much money in there buying clothes, trying on things, Honestly, if it was just the clothes sitting in the store itself, I probably wouldn't spend all that much money. But that wardrobe, that is where it gets you. You go in there thinking, oh, I just want a new pair of shoes. And you come out with a whole new outfit that costs you like $3,500. It'll get you. Beware the wardrobe. But I'm saying all this, and I'm probably still gonna go in there tomorrow and buy another outfit because I have no self-control. Behind the houses, to the left of Able Sisters, I'm building my little date area for me and my friends. It's just a bonfire and some cushions right now, and I think I have like some books up on the table. It just overlooks the ocean in the back of the island, and it's just very peaceful at night. And then of course, I saved this most amazing happening for last. This happened. KK came and played a concert for me. I wish they would warn you that you can't change clothes before the concert happens. I probably would have looked better. I didn't look horrible, but I could have looked better. It was a concert, you know what I mean? And he played the song for me, and I was front row because there's only like 12 of us living on the island, and it was just amazing, and everyone was so happy. And yeah, you don't have to reach 5-star status for KK to come, because again, I'm only on 3-star status. So don't give up hope. Plant some trees, plant some flowers, and add some villagers. You should be fine. You really should be fine. So some other minor things. I have been playing fun games of museum hide and seek with my friends. If you have not played it and you have some friends to do it with, I highly suggest you take it up. I might do a video of that soon because we talk a whole lot of trash while we're doing it, and it's harder than you think. You think, oh, well, nothing moves. Once you know all the hiding spots, you just know all the hiding spots. No, literally, it took my friend a good 25 minutes to find me. I wasn't really that deep, you know, but we're all pretty smart and we're pretty clever, and so that game can go on for at least an hour and a half. It's so much fun, and again, I highly suggest it. We've also done tag outside and we've played hide and seek outside, but museum hide and seek, it's got a little bit something extra to it, okay? Real quick, this is very important, listen up. I love Flick with all my heart and soul. I would do anything for him, anything. He's so stinking cute, and he's an artist, and he's so passionate about bugs. Granted, I handed him like 15 tarantulas, and he like had a conniption fit because he was so happy that I handed him a bunch of hairy spiders. I draw the line there. There's only one animal I'm afraid of, and it's spiders. I don't do spiders, and that would be where our relationship would crumble, because he'd have a whole bunch of spiders in the house, and I'd fight him. I just today paid off my Zen bridge. I only had one bridge up until now, and nobody can get to Rosewood Park right now because there's no bridge across that part of the river. So I just paid off the Zen bridge with my tarantula blood money, and it'll be ready tomorrow, and that's gonna be really nice. I'm hoping Zen bridge kind of fits in with the Enchanted Forest narrative. None of the rest of the bridges really, they didn't like call anything for me, but the Zen bridge looked pretty nice, and it better look good because it was really expensive. And if not, we're gonna have a problem. So there you have it, guys. If you have not noticed, I look a little bit different. My camera died right as I was in the middle of my rant. The good news is that I was actually done with all of the updating stuff. So all there is left to say is thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe for me. I'm having a lot of fun with this game. It's been such a wild ride, and I'm enjoying every last second of it. I'm gonna be looking for devious ways to get Cobb to leave, and jury's still out on Curlos. I still don't know if I want him there or not, but Cobb, I don't like looking at his face. I can't stand it. He just freaks me out. He's like a mad scientist pig, I'm finding out, and I don't want him anywhere near me, my villagers, or my trees. So I'm gonna try and figure out the best course of action to get him to GTFO. So that's that. That's my update for you guys this week. Like and subscribe for me. Follow me on these socials right here. I'm gonna be doing a video every day this week, so keep up with me. Social's a good way to do that. And share this video with everybody you know and everybody that you love. And until next time, guys.